Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news. Alright, Browns fans, strap in because today we've got some explosive updates, rumors, and insights that could shake up the entire AFC North, and more importantly, could significantly alter the Browns' trajectory towards another deep playoff run. If you've been following the team closely, especially over the past few seasons, you know that this franchise has been on the cusp of greatness. The talent, the coaching adjustments, the strategic moves all point to a team that's ready to make some serious noise. But as we all know, in the NFL, a single incident, a disciplinary issue, or a game-changing development can turn the tide in unexpected ways. And folks, it looks like we might be on the verge of some news that could impact one of our young, promising stars, Quinshon Judkins. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Judkins, isn't he a rookie or a developing player? Well, yes, but the NFL landscape is constantly evolving, and sometimes, even players still finding their footing can become central figures in larger stories, especially if any discipline or controversy arises. So, what's the latest? Well, there are whispers, rumors, and some sources suggesting that the league might be looking into some disciplinary action involving Judkins, potentially related to conduct, off-field issues, or perhaps something else entirely. But before we jump into the specifics, let's take a step back and look at who Quinshon Judkins is, what he's meant for the Browns so far, and why this news could be a game-changer. Judkins, for those who may not follow every detail, is a young running back with immense potential. Coming out of Ole Miss, he impressed scouts and fans alike with his agility, vision, and explosiveness. The Browns, always looking to bolster their backfield, saw in Judkins a perfect fit for their offensive scheme, especially given their emphasis on a balanced attack that can keep defenses guessing. Now, he's been working hard during training camp, showing flashes of brilliance, and even earning some snaps in the preseason. But as with many young players, off-field maturity, discipline, and consistency are key to their long-term success in the league. This is where the potential disciplinary issue comes into play. As per some anonymous sources within NFL circles, sources that often have their ears close to the ground, there might be some concern about Judkins's conduct outside of the field. The specifics are still under wraps, but this isn't the first time a promising young player has found himself under league review. Remember, the NFL has a strict code of conduct, and any violation, even if minor, can lead to suspensions, fines, or other disciplinary measures that could sideline a player for crucial parts of the season. Now, why does this matter so much for the Browns? Well, for starters, because the team's success in 2024 hinges heavily on a few key factors: health, discipline, and the ability to capitalize on opportunities when they come. The Browns have assembled a talented roster, with a solid defense, a dynamic passing game led by Deshaun Watson, and a versatile run game that can wear down opponents. But if Judkins is sidelined or limited due to disciplinary reasons, it could mean less depth at the running back position, forcing the coaching staff to rely more heavily on veterans or less experienced backups. That's a scenario no Browns fan wants to see, especially considering how crucial the running game can be in controlling the clock and setting up the play action. Let's not forget the broader context of the AFC North. The division is arguably one of the most competitive in the NFL. The Cincinnati Bengals, with Joe Burrow and a potent offense, are always a threat, while the Baltimore Ravens continue to be one of the most physically imposing teams, especially with their dual-threat quarterback Lamar Jackson. The Pittsburgh Steelers, under Mike Tomlin, never seem to rebuild, they just reload. So for the Browns to truly make their mark, they need all hands on deck, all players disciplined and focused, and no unnecessary distractions. In the past, Cleveland has faced challenges with discipline and off-field issues, but what makes this situation with Judkins particularly interesting is how it could serve as a test of the team's culture. Coach Kevin Stefanski has emphasized accountability and professionalism since taking over, And if these rumors prove true, it could either reinforce that culture or threaten to undermine it at a critical juncture. The front office will likely want to handle this delicately, balancing the need for discipline with the recognition that Judkins is still a developing player who could be vital for the team's success this season. Now, let's talk about what this could mean moving forward. If Judkins faces league discipline, it's possible that the Browns might look to other options in their backfield, maybe veteran free agents, or perhaps some of the younger backups who have been waiting in the wings. The team has drafted some promising talents, and they have some experienced players as well, but losing a key piece like Judkins could shift the offensive dynamics significantly. It might also mean more touches for players like Jerome Ford or even some creative use of the fullback position, which Stefanski has been known to utilize effectively. On the flip side, if the league clears Judkins or finds no wrongdoing, then this will be just another chapter in the ongoing saga of the Browns trying to find stability and consistency. But either way, this situation highlights how the NFL can change on a dime. One moment, a player is rising, and the next, a cloud of uncertainty looms overhead, requiring the team to adapt quickly. It's a reminder to all Browns fans that the season is a long, unpredictable journey, filled with ups and downs, but that's what makes the game so exciting. Now, let's dive into what the Browns need to do to stay on track. Clearly, leadership on and off the field will be key. Players like Myles Garrett, Jack Conklin, and others have been vocal about maintaining professionalism, and their influence can be crucial if any disciplinary issues arise. The coaching staff, especially Stefanski, will also need to manage this situation carefully, ensuring that the team remains focused and united. The Browns have a legitimate shot at winning the division, but they must stay disciplined, avoid distractions, and execute game plans flawlessly. And looking at the bigger picture, this situation also underscores the importance of young players maturing quickly in the NFL. The league is a high-pressure environment, and handling fame, expectations, and personal responsibility can be overwhelming for some. Teams that foster a positive culture and hold players accountable tend to succeed in the long run. The Browns, with their recent history of both success and setbacks, are now at a crossroads. Will they be able to navigate these potential challenges and emerge stronger? That's what fans around Cleveland are eager to see. As we analyze the current roster, it's also worth mentioning some of the other key contributors who could step up if Judkins faces any setbacks. Nick Chubb, of course, remains the heart of the Browns, rushing attack when healthy, but we know his injury history has been a concern. Jerome Ford showed flashes last season and could be a primary option if needed. The team also invested in offensive linemen and receivers who can help open running lanes and provide Deshaun Watson with the weapons he needs to succeed. The offensive line, led by Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller, has been one of the most consistent units in the league, and that continuity will be crucial if the running game needs to shift gears. On the defensive side, Cleveland continues to be a formidable force, with Garrett leading a pass rush that can disrupt any quarterback. The secondary has been improving, and Denzel Ward remains a top-tier cornerback. If the offense faces any disruptions, the defense will need to step up and carry the team, especially in division games that could determine playoff positioning. Now, let's reflect on the season so far. The Browns have had an interesting start, some wins that showcase their potential, and some close games where execution was just off. But what's clear is that this team has the talent and coaching staff to contend. The AFC North is a gauntlet, and every game counts. The league always has surprises, and stories of discipline, controversy, or unexpected injuries can shift the balance of power in a flash. Browns fans, remember the 2020 season when Baker Mayfield led the team to the playoffs in his first full year as a starter. That team fought through adversity, and the passion of Cleveland's fanbase truly lifted the players. This brings us to the importance of mental toughness. The Browns have shown resilience before, and they'll need to do so again if Judkins' situation turns out to be serious. The coaching staff will have to keep the team motivated and focused, emphasizing the bigger picture, making a playoff push, contending for the division, and ultimately returning to the Super Bowl stage. It's a tall order, but if recent history has taught us anything, it's that Cleveland can rise from setbacks stronger than ever. Looking ahead, the Browns' schedule will be critical in shaping their fate. They've got some tough opponents coming up, including division rivals and some marquee matchups against playoff caliber teams. Every game will be a test of their depth, discipline, and unity. And this is why handling any disciplinary issues with Judkins carefully and transparently will be so important. Fans want to see a team that plays with integrity and focus, especially when the stakes are high. So, what should Browns fans be watching in the coming weeks? First, keep an eye on official league updates and team statements regarding Judkins. Any suspension or disciplinary action will be announced officially, and that will give us a clearer picture of how long he might be out or if he'll be able to stay on the field. Meanwhile, the team will continue to prepare as if he's available, but the coaching staff will also have contingency plans ready, which is smart NFL strategy. And let's not forget the importance of the fan base. Cleveland fans are known for their passionate support, their loyalty, and their resilience. No matter what happens on or off the field, that spirit will be vital in pushing the team forward. The energy at First Energy Stadium, the chants, the unwavering belief in the Browns, these are what make Cleveland football special. The players feel that, and it can be a powerful force, especially during tough times. In closing, this potential news about Judkins adds a layer of intrigue and suspense to what's already shaping up to be an exciting Browns season. Will it be a minor bump in the road, or could it derail some of their plans? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, Cleveland Browns fans are some of the most passionate and dedicated in the league, and they deserve to see their team succeed, fight through adversity, and make that playoff push we've all been dreaming about for years. The AFC North is fierce, the competition is tough, but the Browns have the talent, the coaching, and the fan base to rise above any obstacle. So stay tuned, stay loud, and as always, keep the faith, Browns Nation, because the best is yet to come. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.